Hi, Patrick here, the Blue Flyer account, as well as MMM9. And today is timing belt day. With Toyotas, when they suddenly quit on you, you probably bet it's probably the timing belt. All you got to do to check it is remove these two screws here. That one, and one right there. And then to pull this back, just flexes back. You can look in there and you can see the belt's loose. It's broken. See the brake right there. So it's going to be tear out the whole front of the car using all kinds of pulleys and knowledge that you have. Everybody has knowledge on how to do that, right? I'm being sarcastic because Toyota designs the timing belt to break every 50,000 miles. And if you buy the aftermarket belt, that'll break every 2,000 miles for you. Because it's so easy to replace a timing belt, right? So simple. No big deal. I heard it either costs between $400 and $800 to pay somebody to replace the $32 part. That's how much a timing belt costs. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of manual labor. I've never taken a Toyota apart before. I never really had a desire to, that's why I never bought one. This is my mom's car, so here we are. Time to get to work. Learn how to do a timing belt. Hi. Okay, note to self. Make sure you cue in the time lapse before this scene. Because here I'm just kind of checking in and saying, so far I haven't run into anything that I can't handle. That's the power steering well. Next I'm going to be tackling the power steering. Which I didn't even know this thing had power steering. Felt like to me it was manual. But I got to get to these bolts under here. I spotted one of them so far. Right there. That's the belt for it. Looks pretty worn. I guess I'll get a new belt. And then I gotta... The next hurdle is to figure out how to get that off of there. I do have an assortment of pulleys, so I don't know, I'll just play around with it, see what I can do. Also, that's the cruise control right there, believe it or not. That's a 1986 cruise control technology. It's vacuum powered. So I just pulled off the whole bracket and just tossed it aside. I can see the last time my mom had Pet Boys put in this timing thing, and they had, looks like they spliced the wire right there because that wire was getting in their way. And they probably disconnected those lines right there, which I did not. I just pulled the whole bracket, toss it aside. I don't want to mess with those lines. Also, I didn't want to mess with the power steering lines, but no choice. In my perfect world, you can run the entire car without its entire life for, you know, however long you can make it last, without ever once removing the power steering lines. Ever. The reason why, because it only takes 2 years for power steering lines to suddenly be so brittle it's better not to mess with them. Otherwise you gotta replace them. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to replace these lines. Which I don't want to replace them. There's only 58,000 miles on them. But no. The car's got to break down so you get to replace all this stuff. So I'll do power steering next, and then pulley next. And that's it for now. Okay, on the Toyota. We're doing the Toyota today. Guess what? I got a new tool. I gotta get the tool for the Toyota. This is a pulley thing. Hold down the pulley for the Toyota, so I have to figure out which size pin do I need. Is it this size, this bigger one? I think it's this one. Oh, smaller. My first time opening this, so I don't know. This is gonna work. Oh, that goes in there. It's kind of small. So. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, I got a 360 camera. It's going to be a chore to figure out how to edit videos off of this thing. This thing's really weird. There's free editors out there, but you got to have 64-bit installed on your computer. Well, guess what I did? I said, what do I need 64-bit for on my operating system? What do I need that for? I don't know. Why should I put that on there? Now I know why I should put that on there. So, I think I have 64-bit installed on my laptop, so I'll probably give that a try. So, let's see how that works out. with the new 360 camera. Okay, this thing was only $50, well $48, and it came with a bunch of accessories, GoPro style accessories. I don't know if they're the same size. I'm looking at it now. It might be the same size as GoPro. I think it is, because there's a link that comes with that camera, the 360 camera. It goes directly to a GoPro site to get your free editing software. So okay, this toolkit was $30 total price. I don't know, I feel like I got lucky to get it at that price, because that schnizzle's expensive down there. People want a lot of money for this stuff. So you see, this is pretty heavy duty. So hopefully it'll work. I don't know, man. It's a Toyota, so. See. I set you. I want you right about here. Can you hold yourself right there? This is where I want the 360. Okay, let's see. That's not gonna work. Maybe a bucket. There we go. Okay, I'll put you on the bucket. Okay, you're on the bucket. Man, you're tiny. I can put you anywhere. Yeah, what I gotta do is figure out a way. Think that drive shaft can handle all that pressure? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Can I be going this? Or am I going to be going the other way? Yeah, I'll be going the other way. Well, I just leave it. See the action. I got this socket at the swap meet for $1. It's the 1/2 inch going there. I can use the breaker bar. But it looks like all the cameras are going to be in my way, so I'll have to move the cameras. See, you're in my way. Get out of the way. We didn't put a 360 anywhere, huh? 360 your guys over. Oh, it's stuck right there, just like that on the ground. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. Might lift the whole car. I gotta get Big Bertha. Yeah, that's not good. Big Bertha's too big. That's one thing about metric. It never seems to fit quite very good. It's a little shorter, right? Pops off. You succeeded at popping it off. I'm trying to clamp it. It definitely wants to come off of there bad. Look at that. It just wants to come off and come loose. It's not really useful at all. This is a very shitty setup. Toyota is not a very good car. Not at all. I don't know why people say Toyotas are really great. I'm not seeing it. They got this timing belt that I'm trying to replace breaks every 40,000 miles, and it's a major repair. Why do people call that a great car? I guess the ones that say that are the ones that don't have to work on it. This is a really great car. Really? Why does it break all the time? Such a great car. Well, great cars break all the time. That's what makes them so great. Because they make a lot of money for the part manufacturers, I guess. There must be about 300 pounds of torque on that. That is not budging. Toyota's a really great car. Yeah, boy, they're really great. Feels a little better, huh? Wow, that was hard to do what I just did. It'd be nice if I had a longer extension, but I don't. Okay, hi, I went to the swap meet and got a couple of extensions. It's like a week later now. So let's see how this works out. not budging. Wow. I've never went up a bolt this tight before. I think that did it. Wow. Okay. Folks, when it comes to mechanics, it is completely unnecessary to put a bolt on that tight. That is completely ridiculous. All you're doing is torturing yourself and other people who've got to take this thing apart. There you go, finally. That's 2 weeks of work right there to get that one bolt. That's how tight it was. I'm buying special tools. So the this tool here, the pulley holder was $30. This was $3. Socket was $1. I got another backup socket for another $2, and this was another $4. So that's what. So it's $41 to get that one bolt out. Because I don't use these. I've used this extension with my big socket set for the Mustang for 30 years. I've never had to have an extension for anything. Only for Toyota, I guess. So there you go. Alright, well, here it is a couple days later, and I'm facing the daunting task of figuring out how I'm going to pull that pulley off of there. And I do have a few pulley pullers that I bought and I didn't have much use for, really. I didn't use them too much over the years. I bought this like back in the 80s or something. So see what we can do. Not much room for the camera. Let's put away Big Bertha. I've cracked a lot of bolts with this thing over the years. See that wire on there? Back in the late 70s, I used this as to lift weights with. I didn't have any money, so I made that as a barbell. I'd hang paint cans off of it with rocks in them to work out on weights. Yeah, I know, silly. But I was a kid. I didn't have any money. You gotta improvise when you got no money. I got to figure out how I'm gonna. I really don't see how. I'm gonna do this. I know it's not gonna come off easily. Oh, it's kind of boring to watch. I think I'll put it on the other setting. Okay, I'm trying something different. Instead, I'm going to go with this puller. See if that works. Because I found out there's threaded holes in there, so I got these bolts put into the threaded holes. They don't go in very good because threads got messed up trying to put in or take that bolt off of there, you know. The bolt was really tight. Uh-oh. Okay, what's it says? Yeah, let's see. He's running into more trouble. Oops. Yeah, I'm running into more trouble. I'm gonna center it. Oh man, that's really tight. Shouldn't be that tight. That's ridiculous. Toyotas are ridiculous. I should be able to slide off of there by hand, not be super tight like that. In my opinion, anyways. See that? Well, we're out of space. Ridiculous. Looks like it's a little rusty. Well, unfortunately, Toyota doesn't let you take the washer off. American cars let you take the washer off, so you can stick that back in there. But not Toyota, no. But oh yeah, see, trying to use that other puller, broke it right there. So it just falls apart. Trying to get it off. Well, guess I could put that in there. Huh? That's the socket I bought at the swap meet. Turned out not to be useful. Not too useful. Where's the smaller one? That one about a swap meet too. Oops. Doesn't really center on there too good. Yeah. Well, see what happens. Well, it's moving. Very tight the whole way. It's gonna fall, bust apart in a million little pieces. I guess maybe that means it might come off. Don't get your hopes up. Look how rusty that is. Wow. Anybody ever hear anti-seize or anything like that? Grease? Anything? I don't think I'm going to do too much messing around with that power steering. I don't. The less I mess with on this car, I think the better, you know? So there it is, it's out. See, it's all rusty in there. It's got all kinds of damage. Damage to the pulley right there too. Well, the screws went in a good distance. See that? All right. think I got some small files. I'm going to just file the edges on that. See if I can get it to work. Just file the sharp edges so it doesn't hurt the belt, right? Got this thing. Where's the timing mark? Should be, oh, there's a timing mark right there. I had painted it years ago. It's just an itty bitty little thing. Barely anything. I guess I need to put more white paint on it. Fortunately, I got some of this. I have no idea what type of paint this is. A piece of paper or something. Oh, here's a brush. Paper towel. There, you can see that good. There, good as new. Next, well, I've got to take off the timing chain cover, which is this big plastic thing. It's a bunch of plastic. So, I'm going to do that next. Hi, well, I'm still struggling at trying to get the timing chain plate cover off. It seems to be held in, of course, on the area of the engine mount. So, I guess maybe there's one bolt there that I can't get to, or maybe I gotta remove the whole engine mount. Hard to tell because you can't see anything. It's all packed in there real tight. Everything's packed in, including that engine mount. Typical Toyota. So that's the update. I'll fiddle around with that for an hour. Probably won't get anywhere. And that'll be it for my work for today. Okay, I did it. I got the engine mounting bracket out because I put the balance of the engine into neutral by putting a jack on there. Can you see? So I got a jack on the oil pan right there. And that made it so that nothing is leaning on the bolts that hold this thing together. See? Because otherwise you can't get the bolt out because the engine is, sitting on it. So I put it in a neutral position so I could easily slide the bolts in and out. And now, that way I was able to get the timing chain cover off of there. So this is where I'm at. So there's my spring. I have to disconnect that. Say I gotta remove this piece. Now my timing belt did snap. Just suddenly broke. No warning. And they say that's because your bearings are wobbly. Well, these bearings are not wobbly, so. Nothing here is really tight except this. The cam is really tight. So I'm going to try spinning that. There's a little bit. I need to put thicker pins on. As you see, I got this set, which did me no good. I thought maybe it'd be easier to remove the engine mounting bolts that are hard to get to, but I wasn't able to. They're very, very tight. They put on there about 100 pounds torque. So that's not happening. So I'll put on some thicker pins. See, is that going to be any good? Yeah, that feels all right. Give these a try. you can see I got all kind of damage on my pulley. Trying different ways of taking it off of there, but there's only one way to do it in this case because it was rusted in. Sometimes you can pull them off by just by hand, you know. It bent this thing. Look at that. That's bent. That's how hard it was to get that pulley bolt off of there. That was about 200 pounds of torque to get that off of there. And look at it. It bent my tool. Absolutely ridiculous. Unnecessary to have that amount of torque on there. Here, let's see if we can straighten it out. Okay, there you go. Almost good as new. I don't think I'll mess with it much more than that. This thing seems to be riveted on here, so I don't feel like repairing my repair tool. I have better things to do, like watching YouTube videos. These are some of my favorite YouTubers. I have posters of them on my wall. YouTubers that follow me back on YouTube. This is one of them. That's Justine Exoric and her sister Jenna. Justine started following me around 2014, along with Ellie Goulding. She's also a YouTuber, if you didn't know. Yeah, the rock star likes watching YouTube videos. And Toby Turner's very friendly. I got a poster of him too. And then there's Ellie again. And then here's Rachie Bop. She's all about Sim City, as you can see. I made this poster. It didn't come out very good. She doesn't have any posters. She's not that famous. She'll follow you back. The fellow YouTuber community. The only one who really watches my videos, I think, is Ellie Goulding, and then the second one, probably Toby Turner, because I've noted him to respond to me a lot. I don't think Rachie Bop or Justine watches my videos. Maybe, but I just see them there following me. I'm just like, oh wow, are they paying attention to me? Probably pretty well bet, probably not. They got millions of people they're dealing with. This has got dirt in it. It's probably used. That's why I got this thing $10 off. Probably used. I ain't saying it is, it probably is. I got it on Amazon. Amazon can get a little shady. I won't let them have my credit card anymore. I don't trust them. Yeah, so that's what you do. You use your tool one time and then resell it on Amazon, right? May as well. You don't really need to use it all the time. timing mark goes this way, so I'll turn it this way. Yeah, it's kind of easy. Just bounces right back, huh? You see that? It bounced back. See, I think that did it. There. It adjusts itself. There's no in-between adjustments, evidently. Look at that. It's right on the timing mark. That timing hole right there, you see with the paint on it? That needs to line up to the mark that's on the block. Right inside of there. So I guess it's lined up. I don't know. It just snapped right over there. Yeah, right there. That's your top dead center. And then on top dead center for down here, I have to get my new timing belt, put it on, and then throw on the bottom half of the plastic and the pulley. And then I'll set it to top dead center, which is putting the mark on the 0 down here. And then I'll adjust it up here. Over here, because I got to remove this pulley right here. Got to remove that so that your timing belt hangs loose while you line everything up. But I'll show you when I get a timing belt, which will be next time. I'm out of here. See ya. I need my GoPro bucket. Nope, can't have it. My GoPro box. Well, I don't know. How does it wrap around that? I guess I need a diagram. I can't really tell. Yeah. You're supposed to put the belt on with the arrows facing forward of the car. Well, this belt doesn't seem to have any arrows. So I just put it on with the print facing in a legible direction. There's no arrows on the belt. Mechanics who done this before, I've never done this before, but the mechanics who's done this before say you got to put the arrows facing towards the front of the car. Well, there's no arrows, so okay. Next is to put on the pulley. You can see I got the plate cover on. I've got the timing belt in position with the pulley right here taken off to leave for slack. Now I'm going to put the pulley on and put it to top dead center. See, that pulley doesn't go on very friendly. Trying to wiggle it on. And it won't thread. So what I got to do, I guess, is just to pound that on there with a rag and a hammer. And yes, I did put anti-seize on the inside of this right here, so no problem. Is it far enough? Nope, didn't even budge. Guess I could wrap a rag around the hammer. Doesn't look like it made much difference. It's not going on. Oh wait, I got a little bit of a thread. Oh boy. Watch it strip. Strip. Oh, I'm so privileged. What's going on? There we go. Alright, to align it to TDC. There it is, right there. That might be TDC, I don't know. I'm just going to make sure it stays there. And now my mark here, so that hole is right there in that position. Let's see what happens. Does that look lined up to you? I guess so. Whatever. All you can do is try. So next I'm going to put on the pulley. I got this. You know, there's the tools around here. I'm tripping on it all day. Anyways, I got this bolt in here to hold that belt up. Now I have to try put the pulley back on, which I don't know if I can. Because like I said, I've never done this before, so it's all kind of daunting to me. Never mess with no Toyota. This is why I don't mess with Toyotas. You cause yourself serious injury messing with these cars. Because you're not fix-it friendly. Unlike my Mustang, I've never even so much as got a paper cut working on that thing for 30 years. But the Toyota, I smashed this finger here on the top of it, and I do not have full function of this finger. It's been about a month ago that happened. That's from a Toyota working on this thing. So yeah, Toyotas are not friendly. Everything is difficult to do. One little bolt will take you 2 weeks to remove. Unlike the Mustang, it takes you about 2 minutes. like it's going to take me about 2 weeks to get this one pulley in. Ah, okay, we got that far with it. All right. Didn't take 2 weeks. All right. Amazing. There's one thing I could do on here. It didn't take 2 weeks. Okay, so we'll put the bolt in partial way if I can. Unless that takes 2 weeks to put in. I guess you're supposed to put the spring on next. That bolt's not going in. I'm getting my needle nose pliers. These things, see if that works. Do we really have it in right? What size socket is that? Small. Not the size, not the size, not the size. I want to loosen it towards the pulley, so I'll just go like that a little bit. tight spring. That came close. There's nothing on this car that's fix-it friendly. Nothing. Not one bolt. Not one design. Okay, hi, my next job is to try and get that spring connected up to that hook right there. Now, how am I going to do that? I don't know. I've never done it before, so. All my small flatheads has magically disappeared. All I got is small Phillips. That's all I got. They just magically disappeared. I have no idea where they went to. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to set up my tripod to get the shot. Because my GoPro, mysteriously, battery went dead. You know how GoPros are. So, oh, the wonderful sounds. Yeah, super genius dog causes me to want to go out and start reading about rocket science and brain surgery because they're so intelligent. See, that's my GoPro mount. I couldn't work out anything, so I just got this block and drilled some holes in it. Tapped it. GoPro is no go. Oh, so you gotta go like this. Okay. This gives you that steady shot. So the tripod's still not tall enough. Oh well, I'll just have to back off a little and leave it like that. I got my little wire on there to try and keep the spring from coming apart. Because otherwise it'll just come apart. You have to start all over again, take everything apart. Nope. Okay, it tried to get away from me. just barely out of reach. Lost this wire again. That wire just keeps wanting to come off of there. Once the wire comes loose, you just lose control of the spring. Next time the wire's going to break, watch. And then the wire's broke. That wire's too short now. Okay, more wire. Sure do wish I had a flathead small screwdriver. Oh, what happened to him? Nothing. Nada. It's not happening. Suddenly I can't see. Everything just goes wrong. The second I start torquing that spring, everything goes wrong. If the light falls, I can't see. Motorcycles going by. There, big jet. Probably gonna be about 2 weeks trying to get that spring on there. Was the Mustang, I'd be able to get it done in 2 hours or less. 2 minutes. Let's see this thing. Use the old brake springy thingy. Once again, I can't see that. No, that just makes it worse. Oh, it looks like I'm chewing up the spring holder. It's getting chewed up from me trying to get the spring on there all the time. Pieces of metal coming off. I guess if that breaks, then you gotta replace the whole engine block, right? Oh my God. I did it. Oh my God. Can't believe I did it. I must have not done it. Because I can't believe I did it. Now am I going to be able to get this bolt in? Got to get this bolt in there now. I doubt that'll go in. Oh wait, it is going in. Holy smokes. No way. Well, let's make sure my timing marks are right. Just move it all. That seems to be pretty good. No way. Just can't be. Okay, well, let me find the socket. What is that? Alright, I can't use a ratchet on that. Socket, I mean. Okay, well, let's try tightening this bolt and see where we're at. The timing still might not be right. £30 of torque. Let's see. Wow, can't believe I got that on there. That was hard. Thought for sure I was going to injure myself. Thought for sure I'd at least get at least one trip to the hospital. Okay, so I got the bolt tightened there. And that spring on. You see my wire is still hanging off of it. So I guess I could try starting the car. Okay, I was doing a little archaeology on the engine and found this laying there. That is an old, very old finger bandage. Yeah. Even the professional mechanics screw themselves up on these things.